So one of my videos got over 600 views the other day, and I was really quite surprised that I managed to reach so many views within a short space of time. I don't think the video has even hit a week yet, and it's managed to hit that. And I have some videos that's only done like probably 12 views, 20 views, or something like that. But the point that I'm trying to make is that you can't be too consumed with the numbers, and you can't be focused on like every video doing well, because the actual truth is not every video is going to bang, and that's okay. That's completely fine, because the main thing that you need to do is just continue, have that level of consistency. And I spoke about this in the previous video, that consistency is boring. It's not fun. It's not necessarily something that people find interesting in the process of doing what they want to do. It's always, I suppose, the elements and the areas that require consistency are the ones that people don't particularly enjoy or like. But no matter what, you need to start looking at these daily uploads, especially the ones that I'm doing, as a way to show what can happen with a level of consistency, a level of dedication, and just a level of authenticity. You know what I mean? Like I say, I do these videos to showcase and share from the insights of myself building a £1 million personal brand, but also showcasing it for you guys to understand the importance of it as well. And through the putting out of the content, there's going to be days it doesn't do well. Matter of fact, there's going to be a lot of videos that I'll be surprised throughout the process that do better than the ones that I actually scripted for, that actually went and done some research on and provided that, only to get a couple views. But the whole point is to build the data points. And with sort of YouTube, the whole aim is to really just put the content out. Put the content out and don't make a big fuss or a big deal out of it. Don't spend too much of your energy doing all of these kind of heavy edits and making sure that the text is this way, that way, everywhere, because you just need to get something out. You need to reduce the barrier to entry for you to just start doing it and to start posting. And ultimately, once you start to improve based on the actual sort of charisma and the way you actually speak on the video, then you can start to add all these additional bits. But before you even do that, the data points are important. But without videos, you don't have data. And without data, you don't have any ideas of how you can improve in order to understand what your audience actually wants from what they don't want, right? And a lot of us are too consumed with the numbers. I already done a video about vanity metrics. Vanity metrics aren't cute. They may look great when you look at them and you're thinking, oh, you're doing well, you're doing fantastic. But in the grand scheme of things, you're doing well views-wise, but you're not able to actually funnel those views into actual paid opportunities. And through that, yeah, you can say, oh, yeah, you got 1,000 views, 2,000 views, 3,000 views in a video. But how much money did you convert from it? If it's zero, then your priorities are all wrong, and you're not doing it the way that you need to do it in order for you to future-proof yourself and develop a personal brand that will allow you to use it as a revenue-generating asset, right? And I suppose for a lot of people who are particularly nervous about doing their YouTube content, trust me, you will see in my first video, I was nervous, man. I was nervous, but it just comes down to repetition and consistency to get to a point where it just gets that little bit easier. I can't say I'm a professional as of yet, but what I will say is through the process of consistency and repetition, I've got to a point where I'm a lot more comfortable. Before, I wouldn't look at the camera directly at you guys and talk. I probably should be looking down here and just be like, but you know what? It just comes down to just improving over time. And with you improving over time, you make small tweaks. You make small tweaks and you improve. You go through the content and you just make these small iterations in order for you to understand, okay, why did this particular thing drop at this time? Oh, I said that at that time. Or, oh, there was a filler gap in between. There shouldn't have been a filler. I spent too much time not talking, and then now the person's logged off because they're bored now. Oh, there's so many things to it that you need to start producing the content first in order to start understanding what the sort of data points are as well. And I would say that even looking through my data points, I believe that the sort of videos that are doing considerably well on my terms anyway, based on the actual feedback is the sort of career sort of content where I talk about the new economy and the importance of building a personal brand and knowing how to use AI to future-proof yourself and to have that level of leverage and job security as well. And that one is understandable because that one is something that we all resonate with. It's something that we go through day to day in terms of wanting to be better, but feeling, I suppose, stuck in different sort of environments or different jobs and all that sort of stuff as well. So I understand why that one seems to be quite constant with the actual approach when it comes down to views. But also, when I tell you about the people who've actually reached out to me directly to show love and to let me know that I'm doing a good job, at this moment in time, those are the metrics that matter the most. When it's actual real people reaching out and they're sharing genuine like love and support and just letting you know that they're involved and interested in the things that you're doing. At the stage when I'm only a couple over 10 days in, I'm not sure when I'm dropping this, but either way, it's past the 10 days. But from me uploading and dropping this, throughout the time from now to day 0, there's been so much people who has reached out to me directly for all sorts of reasons, whether they're interested in my services, whether they're interested in how I'm able to produce content on YouTube. And if you are interested in how I produce content on YouTube on a daily basis, click on the description box below, please. I have a link that allows you to go and be added to the waitlist as I'm dropping a free guide that will give you all of my systems and how I'm able to build my personal brand using YouTube videos, right? And there's so many different variations as to the sort of people who reach out to me and the love that I'm being provided with as well. And that gives me that level of accountability in order to keep going. And with that level of accountability, I'm able to do more videos. And with me doing more videos, I'm able to actually see the data for what it is. And then the harder part about that is then you're able to analyze the data. But fortunately, I have experience being able to analyze data for all various different sort of campaigns I've done throughout my career. So looking at that is a breath of fresh air when it comes down to actually seeing the metrics based on my actual work. I think that's quite cool, to be fair. But then you start to utilize the data and you just try different things. You try different things as well. As much as I love to do this content where I just talk with you guys directly and I just, just share my thoughts and my experiences, I also intentionally take a lot of time to see what sort of topical things are happening, whether it's happening in business or the job market, or whether it comes down to entrepreneurship or social media. There's always particular things where I'm looking at and I'm thinking, I need to make content on this. And surprisingly, it's some of the ones that are more timely and more topical that end up doing pretty well as well. I suppose it's more so because a lot of people are searching for it at the time, and I just happen to be one of the first people they come across. So with that, it's important, man. It is super, super important that you don't focus on these numbers like that. There's going to be videos that's going to do well. There's going to be videos that's not necessarily doing well. But that's not the metric you should focus on. You focus on the metrics that get you paid, yeah? You focus on the metrics that get people to actually reach out to you with opportunity. You focus on the metrics that get people that look at you as someone that inspires them. And as much as they now make you feel like you hold them into account, it's vice versa. You build a community off of that, and then you use that as a way to continue to build. You use that energy and that motivation that's being given to you by others as a way to bring it right back to them and produce this video content. And when you start to do that, you start to get less nervous and you start to realize that this isn't even about you. Me being here talking with you guys isn't about me. I'm doing this content for you to showcase what it means to build a £1 million personal brand. And it doesn't matter. Some days the views may be rubbish, some days the views may be great. But at the end of the day, it's what you do with those views that count. And it's about how you are able to effectively utilize this video content in a way that resonates with people. I even spoke with someone who reached out to me the other day. They were saying that the full process of YouTube is just very daunting for them. And I said, I can relate. That was me a couple weeks back, or even a couple months back, matter of fact. I was mortified of even being on YouTube, dropping content. And to now think I'm dropping YouTube on a daily basis is bizarre in itself. But through that and me having the conversation, I have a video for that. I sent the video based on, what was it about? It was about the fair, how to get over and unlearn fear in order to do the things that you want to do. And that's what I want to get to. So it doesn't matter what views the videos get. I want to be in a position where the videos actually resonate with my audience. They actually resonate with the people who want to know these things, and they want to know how they can improve not only on their personal brand, but with their growth, their mindset, their personal development, all the things, all those particular soft skills that we don't necessarily take into consideration. Those are the things I also want to inspire people to focus on in order to start doing these things more comfortably in the process, right? So all in all, if you're on YouTube, you may be even doing better numbers than me. So I rate what you're doing, man. Keep it up. But if you're not and you're just starting, don't think about the numbers right now. The numbers are not the most important thing. The numbers that you should be focusing on is the quantity of videos that you're putting out. And once you get a number of videos that you have under your belt and you say, yep, we've done that, now every single video after that, focus on the quality. And it doesn't need to be something so drastic. One step at a time, 1%. Change something, add subtitles, add a few graphics like this, yeah, add a few graphics like that. See? But then the only problem with that is now I'm gonna have to edit it now so it can look good. But that's the whole point. It all comes down to that 1% element of what you can do to improve and focus on what your goals are. And with you being able to do that and you focus on that one day at a time, there's no reason why you're not able to get to your mission and get to where you want to get to, right? So keep it up, keep documenting, keep posting those videos, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you tomorrow, man. Peace out.